Welcome to a brand new podcast. Once again, this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. As we approach in the winter time, you can support the podcast by shopping online, www.evolutionoflondon.com, where that's our baby shopping mall. We have a whole wide range of products for the winter for men, ladies, and kids. So check that out at www.evolutionoflondon.com. Also, you can check out our other website, www.evolutionoflondon.org. Once again, that's www.evolutionoflondon.org. There we have custom clothing, accessories, and digital products for your everyday needs. So check that website out as well. And if you want to support the machine, you can email us through our PayPal account, which is evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to make a free will offering, I should say. evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to any business or sponsorship inquiries. If you want to put your brand on this podcast or promote your business on this podcast, same email, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And beats today we have, check out J808 Beats on YouTube for beats like this, J808 Beats. You can check out his channel for different beats as well. So definitely check that out as well. Different links to our different businesses that is there. You can check out www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. There we have other links to other products that we have, and so that will help you out, especially going towards the winter. So www.linktree.com/Evolution of London, and also www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. There we have videos that is not on YouTube, and also services as well. So check out www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. And also check out our YouTube pages, Greatness 19 channel. Definitely we have educational videos to open up the third eye. So through Greatness 19 channel, you will see different links in the description box to other of our products, services as well. And also if you go to the channel tab on the page, you will be linked to our health and wellness channel, which is Mr. Evolution of London. And that's a channel we have on health and wellness. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to both channels. And of course, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. So support his channel also. So you have a lot of options there. So definitely like, subscribe, and share. Even with the Oracle 19 podcast, whatever I'm not mentioning, you usually check our description box, because on the Oracle 19 podcast, we're on all major platforms, which is Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, Spotify, and iTunes, just to name a few. So we have all the information in the description box of those major platforms. So definitely don't overlook that. And support Mr. Will. He's our fitness consultant and can be yours as well. He's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. And if any questions or if you want to book a consultation, you can email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And his website also for his merchandise is www.wjaaccessories.com. So once again, that's www.wjaaccessories.com. Wide range of custom clothing products for your everyday enjoyment. And again, anything I haven't mentioned on the Oracle 19 podcast is in our description box. And definitely pass the word. And we do have a GoFundMe page, which also will be labeled in the description box as well. Support, support, support. We want to spread the love worldwide. So show love, guys. Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about, and I know it's going to, might take some people off, but it's just my perspective once again. And this is it a good investment to get married? That's today's topic. Is it a good investment to get married? Again, I'm going to give you my perspective as always. Now, getting right into it, my perspective in this day and time in North America, for men out here, my answer is no. Now, is there an exception to the rules? Absolutely. Is there great women out here? Most definitely. It is. And in theory, you know, men and women should never be alone. We're not put on this planet Earth, in my opinion, to live separately. We put on this planet Earth, in my opinion, to be together, to procreate, to have a family structure, to be as one. I think that's the natural order of things. And there's nothing wrong with getting married. I think it's a beautiful thing. See, but the way modern society is structured, men won't win. In North America especially. Now, if you talk about third world countries, that's supposed to be backwards, but in reality, they're not backwards. Getting married over there can be beneficial. But here in North America, it could be the death of a man. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, as you know, and just in case you don't know, you got to look at, let's start with the government way they have it structured. You get married to a woman, she divorces you or you divorce her, alimony. And if you have children, child support. It's a clear unfairness within the court system. You can't deny that. The courts and women and simpish, soft men will deny that. But if you have a child or children, you already behind the 8 ball, meaning that you already screwed. You're going to have to pay unnecessary money. And people will say, well, you know, that's your child, you have a responsibility. Yeah, but not to be robbed. Not to be robbed. You have a responsibility within yourself as a man. Yeah, support, your children. You should to the best of your ability. But How can you allow another entity, another man or woman to dictate in your household or dictate your pockets as a man what you should pay? I have a show that I talk about that. The family court is the devil's playground. Check that out. I talked about a little bit about my perspective of the family court system. Family court is the devil's playground. So check that out. I believe that was about 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken, because I have a lot of videos. Pushing on. It's just a bad deal, even if you don't have children and you married to that woman. You divorce her, alimony. Look at Dr. Dre. And now, being that he's multi-millionaire, pretty much a billionaire, if I'm not mistaken, $30,000 a month for her lifestyle. He worked for that money. Why should he have to pay that much? Basically for life. Why? It just don't make sense to me. You know, you have entertainers that I gotta pay $30, $40, $50, $90,000 a month for a broad that you was married to, now you're divorced. That came into the relationship with nothing or little, but not as much as you. But that's the game. And the game we know is unfair. So if you're thinking as a businessman, a ruling class individual, then you have to wonder if this is the right investment for you as a business person. No matter if you put in contracts where prenuptial, agreements and stuff, that's debatable. That can change depending on the state that you reside in or the country you reside in, whether it's U.S. or Canada. That could be a gray area. So that's part one. You have to put your trust in that female that she will never take you to court and never change. She's going to always remain the same forever. And even when you divorce, you have to trust that she won't take you to court because that was your wife. So guess what? Can you, as a man, trust your woman that you are married to forever, ever, and ever, even when you get a divorce? And can you trust her that she will never, ever, ever take you to court for child support? Can you trust her? I'll let you think on that. That's a hard pill to swallow. That's a big chance. That's a gamble. I'd rather go to Las Vegas. That's a gamble. That's just part one that I just gave you. In terms of, is marriage a good investment? Think about it. Just think. Now, in terms of marriage, continuing on the train of life, of marriage. You meet and greet that woman, she seems wonderful. She starts out putting her right foot forward, meaning that she does all the wonderful things. Cook, clean, initially. Do all the wonderful things until you marry her. What happens when she stops cooking and cleaning and letting herself go? What you gonna do? This is what you up against. Now I watch also, continue on part 2 in social media. I'm always checking it out. I listen to some ladies. What can they offer a man? And they say the most basic things. These are the modern day women that's supposed to be marriage material. And one woman said, I can do laundry. So that makes me marriage material because I can do laundry. How basic is that? If a woman is telling you, well, basically she can't do much, but she can do laundry. So you should marry her because she can do laundry. Imagine meeting that type of woman. Imagine meeting that type of woman. When I heard that, I'm like, wow. This woman is in her early 20s, and this is basically what she can offer. She can make you laugh. She says a few things. I can make him laugh, and I can do laundry. Wow. So she's marriage material. Can't cook. She maybe can't clean the house, but she can do laundry while the house is dirty. This is your wife. Quite a few modern day women nowadays, they can't cook. Their definition of cooking is TV dinners, rewarming a food that was already processed and put in the freezer in the supermarket and buying it and reheating it. That's your dinner. So they say they can cook. They also say they can cook because they know how to cook maybe 2 meals. They can make a good Caesar salad. They know they know how to boil water, classified as 3 or 2, and then also they know a salad and not boiling water and reheating food, reheating TV dinners. That's cooking. Nothing from scratch. A lot of females is like that. Not all, certainly, but a lot. And then they don't like cooking anyway. So here's the thing. I'm a firm believer of energy. Why would you want a female that don't want to cook or hate cooking your food? Something to think about. If she hates cooking, she can't cook, and even if she tried, she hated. Why would you want her to try and she hated? It gotta be in you. You know, when you have good cooks and they love to cook, that's within. They show the love within the food. I'm sure you heard that before. Love in the food is extra special. It even tastes better because they put their body, spirit, and soul into the food. It is a difference that I have tasted women's food that love to cook versus females that don't like to cook. It is a difference. So all in all, most females in modern day time cannot cook, in my opinion. So that's step 1, 2, and 3. They can't clean the house, or they keep their house dirty. And these females you're supposed to marry. They don't, and I'm finding a growing number of females that don't even take care. They don't even wash their behinds. I'm hearing it. I see it. I'm smelling it. You can in the streets. You're sitting next to them in the office and certain settings and public transportation, and they smell. I'm smelling armpits, body odor. It's a growing number of these females that don't know how to wash, or don't wash, refuse to wash, whatever. But they marriage material. And then mental illness. If a female is all bipolar and stuff like this, you know it, she's not marriage material anyway. Why would you want to deal with an insane person? And again, I dealt with females that really have mental issues and stuff. It makes me a retard. Me, I'm saying, for dealing with females that is got all these mental issues. How can they be wives? Because when the pressure is on in terms of family life, children, and they got all of these mental issues, it's pointless. You got to come to the conclusion, most of these females out here are concubine. And again, we need concubines out here. We need them. They provide relief. No, ladies won't like to hear that. They provide relief from your real wives, I guess. No, let me stand on that. Forget it. Screw that. They give you relief from your wives, your real woman. Yes, I said it. Forget all of that. Now I'm active talking here. Straight. I just was talking to my homie Carlito about that. Active talking. They provide relief from your real women. Your concubine. Yes, I said it. Stand on it. Stand on it, goddammit. Yes. I say it again. They stand for your real women. Concubines stand for your real women. All throughout history, your prophets of old had concubines, wives, multiple wives, concubines. It's been going on through the test of time, and it's going to continue going on when I pass on. That's how it is. I stand on it. What? I hate you, but he go there. I hate him. He going to hell. I hate him. He's such a. He says, I hate him. And I hate him. You just call me Mister. Put a Mister on it. That's right. Just put a Mister on it when you speak to me. But these women out here is not marriage material. So it's not a good investment, guys. They concubine. Concubine is for visitation, not marriage. Now a lot of women don't want, it's not going to like that, I know. Real women understand. But the females out here, they're not going to understand it. Because it is what it is. Some people can't make the cut. Their qualifications is not there as women. They just not the answer. They bring nothing to the table. They don't even know what to offer a man. They can't offer him nothing. And then you find in this day and time, women already have children. I didn't even touch on that. They bring you already dealing with women that already have little critters running around anyway. So they can't offer nothing. Just more debt. So you marrying her and marrying more debt. It is what it is. It's not your fault. It's their fault. They the ones that made the decision to spread their legs and have children from Raheem, James, or Alex, and Now you want to put on your Superman cape, which I have a video on that too, and want to marry her. I've already made kids before you even start. She's not even coming in the relationship fresh. She's already coming in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. And you want to marry that? Especially you young men. And to be more specific, you young black men. It's not a good investment for you. Face it. It's just not in this day and time that you have to think as a business person, a business-minded person. The chances are that you're going to lose in that marriage is far greater than you're going to come out ahead in life. The already made children, you're already in the minus. Are you prepared for that, men? You're already in the minus. So now you got to save her and her little critters. And I know a lot of women will try to justify that because that's their job, to justify it and paint a good picture that they worthy even with their little critters running around. They're supposed to. But you got to think as a warlord, a warrior class, a businessman, using right reasoning, sound judgment, and a mindset of a G for all my street people. A mind like a G. See, in this day and time, this is not like the days of Little House on the Prairie where things are simple. The guy is going and hunting and gathering and bringing back the possum, the fish to the house, to the log cabin, and she's cooking it under a wooden stove, showing her feminine nature, and she's cooking the food and you just sitting up and she's presenting it to you. You ain't have to worry about court back in those days of Little House on the Prairie for all my older listeners. But now, in this world, you got to worry about your life, your brand, your state of mind. I was watching, it was presented to me through my homie. Again, Carlito, blessings to you. Now, he sent me a video on, it's all over the internet, of a man in Baltimore. And this could apply to a lot of you men out here, what you go through. You had your ex-wife back and forth court for custody battle, which you know it's already a losing battle. You gotta spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm just giving you a low figure. A lot of men spend $50 to $100K on a court case that they're gonna lose. Custody battle, child support at the same time, and then that broad, because she is nothing but a broad, gonna tell you can't see the kid, as that ex-wife said to him. You ain't gonna be seeing the kid or kids. I forgot if it was more than one. And as a man, ladies, you better be very, very careful. This is a little caveat I'm gonna mention to y'all. You have a growing number of men that can't take it no more, and is willing to do a murder, death, kill on you. Now, I don't support that. So let me just say that now. I don't support that one bit. But everyone has a breaking point. And that man had a breaking point. And a lot of women they're very mouthy, very bold, very disrespectful. And he battling with her back and forth with court year after year. And he just reached a breaking point. I'm just giving you the story, so you can always check that out for yourself. A Baltimore man shot and killed his ex-wife, and then he had a baby mama, and he thought he had a better situation, and she was pregnant, I believe, and he shot and killed her. Actually, he had, I think, on Facebook Live, if I'm not mistaken. And the scenario, basically, he first shot and killed the baby mama because she was pulling the same antics as the first woman. So he eliminated that situation. And then he was like a reporter, play by play. I'm here in front of my wife's place, and this is what I have to go through. And he even said out of his mouth, he's going to end her life. And then after that, because he's not going to jail, he's going to end his. And he was right in front of the woman's doorstep, his ex-wife's doorstep. And he said, oh, there she is. And he raced over and unloaded. The end. It's a sad story. It's a sad story. It's messed up, really, that a man is at a breaking point and he said, you know what? Everybody goes. And guess what? The court can't do nothing because he's gone. And ladies, start paying attention to the news, because you have a growing number of men that is just, they losing it. And when you have a society of men is losing it, y'all ladies better be very, very careful, because men is the only ones that is protecting you. Now, I know you got your feminist man. I can protect myself and I could do this, and I'm powerful. I'm Wonder Woman. I'm Xena, the warrior princess, and all of this stuff. And I got a gun and I can do this. No. Think, ladies. If you have a revolt and men decide to turn on you, it's open season. You food for the gods. If you have a majority of men out here in these streets just all of a sudden turn against women, every woman they see is on sight, what you going to do? You can get the guns and you could be a warrior princess all you want. But if men just all of a sudden in a different world, they just snap. Every man you see walking streets snap, and they see you as the mortal enemy, and on sight is a murder, death, kill. What you going to do? What are you going to do? They start picking you apart little by little because of your nature. If it wasn't for the government to set up laws, which was set up by men, remember that. It's men that set up laws to civilize society, so men won't go ape-ish on you. But if there's no laws, if it wasn't no laws, and you had to take a man to child support court, you know what that man would have done to you? Or men would have done to them? Gone. If you don't, ladies, you don't really pay attention. You don't even think, because you don't give a damn, because you know you have the law, which was created by men to protect you from other men. But if there was no laws, you open season. But guess what? Some men say, I'm willing to risk it all. And you got more and more men is saying, you know what? I ain't going nowhere with this. I'm going to risk it all. Everybody must go. Clearance sale. Come on. So you ladies, you better be very, very careful, because the breakdown of men, little by little, is real. I read the papers and check the internet weekly, daily, and men, it's incidents in New York where guy just walked up to a woman. It's countless cases. Walked up to women in the subway, pushing down the train tracks. Just straight up. Just see a woman, and it's countless stories. You can Google it. Grab up women, push them in the train tracks. That's it. Well, I mean, you better think on it. Don't think you some all tough, Wonder Woman. You're gonna fight off, because again, random men is snapping. Look in your neighborhood cities. And a lot of women is pushing men to that breaking point. And one dangerous thing, ladies, is when you see a man in tears. He got raged like a lion. When you see a man in tears, he's unpredictable. Even other men know that. When you see a man in tears, your life could be in jeopardy. And when a man is in pain, you don't know the risks that he's willing to do. Other men know that. When you have another man mad at another man and reaches a breaking point, that's war. Again, that is war. And in war, anything will go. When men is ready to get it on and ready to fight, truly fight, it's to the death. And the only reason why you ladies is not in that same situation with a man, because the laws. But when a man snaps and you see tears in his eyes, it's death. It's war. And you better understand that, ladies. Keep on thinking you can push a man's buttons. Keep on thinking you can just be me and free. And when you reach a point where your man snaps, police, law enforcement, court can't do a goddamn thing. Because guess what? He got evil in his heart. He got war in his brain. He don't care. He's willing to risk it all. You is his mortal enemy. You better think about that. So, and this is another reason why other men pass the word around about the investments of marriage is not good for a man. See, I could keep going on and on and on, because there's many different examples. And it's a shame. Because life is not about being against your man or being against your woman. Life, we put on this earth, and again, in my opinion, to love one another, to be together, to procreate, to be as one. Women follow man, children follow parents, and you follow the Lord. But see, in this day and time, the powers that be made evil fair seeming. And they destroy communities, especially the black community. That's why you have a lot of dysfunction in the black community. But this goes past that. It goes with all communities, man and woman, in North America, especially, and European nations, especially. It's built that way. Especially, I have to say, in North America. It's built, they building slowly but surely to make men more feminine and make women more masculine. And that's not the natural order of things. That's why marriages is not a good investment for a man. Because a man can't be a man. We're not talking about being violent. I don't support being violent. You don't have to be a savage, just a man. Standing on your square as a man. And again, men, before you even think about getting married, make sure your money is not funny. Very important. If you out here struggling, don't get married. Get your money right, get your place right. Make sure you standing strong on your own 2 feet. Don't rely on the woman. That's another problem. You come into the situation, men, already half broke or not financially stable, and then the situation gonna go to hell anyway. So, men, you gotta get your paper right before anything. Just because she look good, that don't mean it's proper to marry her. You gotta get yourself right first before anything. And then your woman would follow. It'd be a better look, I should say. So this is my perspective. A lot of women and men, especially weak men, is not going to agree with me, or weak-minded men. It's my personal opinion. Now, it's debatable with a lot of things, but hopefully this can help you. Pass the word along to family, friends, and foe, especially you young men out here. They need this information, or it's information that could be helpful for you. But men, very important. You have to know the playing field where you reside. And in conclusion, I don't think, especially now, it's not a good investment for men to get married. Unless there's exception to the rule, unless you have everything in order and you absolutely know the woman, you know the family. Genetics is also a key. Also, I'm a firm believer in that. I have a show on talking about genetics too, but I don't want to get too deep with where I'm in terms of genetics and comparing that to marriage. But I could tie it in together, but today I'm not. I only will say you have to know your partner inside and out. Know their family history. That's know the genetics of that person. And you know what? I give you a little tidbit. Let's say, for example, that woman has a history of psychotic people in the family. Her mother was psychotic, her father was psychotic, and you marry her and you procreate with her. What do you think that genealogy will be? Okay, I just gave you some genetics right there. That's not always the all-be-all, but just think on that. If the father is crazy, the mother is crazy, and you marry that woman that might not be crazy, and you have children with that woman, what do you think the offspring, what the chances that your offspring won't have crazy genes? Now, it's debatable, but you know what? There's facts with that. Now, people will look at it thinking I'm off a little bit, but just like in the physical, when you procreate with within a union of a man and a woman, and the children come out looking like the father or like the mother or a little bit of both, that's genes, genetics on the physical. So just like genetics is passed physically, genetics can also pass emotionally, mentally. Now, is that clear, guys? I can even get more deeper. But that right there, you better start looking at the genetics of an individual before you even get married. And that goes for man and woman. Something to think about. But for a man, it's not really a good investment in this day and time to get married. The chances, there's a low percentage of it being a happy union. But again, that's your choice. Thank you for listening.